want you to see this top secret file. It's footage filmed of Max Pointer's weapons. Secret mission to Gorkin, file C79B.
Cosmic agents have a right to be paranoid. Not that they think that they are better than a simple security officer, a cop, armed forces, special forces, or Earth's Navy SEALs, spies or CIA field operatives, or MI6, or whatever. For each has their own progressive levels of abilities, training, security clearance, skills, and talents. Each has a job in their own particular levels. Whereas cosmic agents not only have it on global scales, not only galactic, but universal scales. Their responsibilities are at global levels on up the scales, so their training is more intense and their clearance more secretive at higher levels than all the others. But with that comes their rivals, their antagonists. They too sometimes equal on the opposite side of the scale, the badness side. They, in contrast to the goodness of the cosmic agents, are just as clever, trained in their evil arts. Be they intergalactic bounty hunters or global killers in possession of global killer weapons, or interplanetary secret societies seeking to capture the cosmic agents and their teams. Thus, cosmic agents have hunters, probes, clones, part flesh, part machines tracking them down, fallen angels plotting to try to take their souls if they can. So that's why cosmic agents are paranoid, and are paranoid about being paranoid. Add to all that the facts that I don't have any weapons or anything, nothing, while the bad guys do. They are armed with all kinds of things, tracking devices, seekers, you name it. I had somehow got stripped of everything when I escaped to this random time and place. Naked came I into this world. I knew I should have remained retired. I was out of shape. I'm getting old and having a bad hair day. But I got talked into it. So here I was, not knowing where and when I was. I now could relate to how Adam must have felt when he discovered he was naked, running around naked like in some nightmare, trying to hide and find or make clothing before I am discovered. This is embarrassing. So the questions keep haunting me. Where was I? What planet? What time? What date and season? What was the proper type of clothing? What were the laws, the customs, environments, the do's and the don'ts? Who was in power? Were they at war with their rivals? Might I look like one? What were the languages that they spoke? Could I speak them? I had no universal automatic translator. It didn't get transported with me. I had no food, clothing, supplies, medical kits, weapons, nothing. I didn't know what kinds of money, if they even did use money here, or the barter system here. I didn't have any transportation except for my feet. Did I transport into a war zone? Someone's private property? A restricted area that was now picking me up on their own detection inventions? Was I in danger of animal life forms that I'd never seen? Were some of them lurking in the bushes, waiting for the right moment to pounce on me to become their dinner? What about the insects, diseases, viruses? I surely hadn't built up this planet's immunities to them. What did they eat here? How could I get food? Know if it was safe? Or might I die from it? Or the chemicals they might put in their foods? What if a bug or something worse bit me? Would it change my DNA, make me go crazy or die? What types of shelters might I need to make? What types of storms or types of weather that might suddenly come upon me? What types of weapons should I start making immediately? Did Universal Mission Command know that I was here? Would they come and rescue me? If so, might also those hunting me? Did they know? I didn't know. For all I knew was that I had to escape quickly. So I punched in a random selection and got transported here, and for some reason, everything else, my communications, weapons, clothing, supplies, food, didn't get through. Only my naked body did. not sure what the current dress style was in this time, place, and world. I guess that I had it nearly right when I got into the clothing that I found or took. I then had to spy out on the locals to make sure I was doing the clothing styles right. There are some worlds where they like to wear things backwards or in reverse. It can be intense to try to figure out dress styles because of how they are always changing. Now that I had some clothing, even though the pants didn't fit me and I could use something to hold them up, I thought I had better make something to defend myself with. I found a large stick and tried it out. After getting a knife, I skillfully started to make my own weapons. I remembered that some mission training exercises we could guise some serious weaponry into looking like walking sticks.
I believe this right here is vaccination. A vaccination syringe. You insert this into the hip or into the backside. You can also use this to spray. You know, there's a lot of different types of insects and things like that. It's got multi-purposes where you can actually spray the blood-infested, you know, venomous type. You know, and in some worlds there's some serious mosquito or large flying bugs. So this is a projectile for that.
My fellow cosmic agents, we are out in the bush, and I want to explain to you some of the weaponry, ancient weaponry, as well as weaponry that we guise these guys into ancient looking weaponry to make it look like we're not armed to the T. I mean, you can't imagine the fear that would cause in the locals if they saw a bunch of us packing around some of our pulsating, plasma, distributing, destructive pulsar rifles and spirit killers, trappers, and other weaponry that we have. So we have to guise them into innocent looking objects that to them are just common, ordinary looking things. Ordinary looking stick, right? No. This shoots off a poison dart in one setting, and a disruptive laser beam in another. All these have different settings. Here's your safety right here. It's just your average walking stick. The locals see is walking along, you know. No. This is your missile launcher. It has a variety of different other weaponries. Learn to know your weaponry, but at the same time, learn how to guise it into just a innocent looking stick that you can just throw down or set it aside or have a bunch of secret stashes. I learned that we should have paid more attention to our history lessons in history classes about the 21st century Earth, USA. How Kirk didn't do so good on tests for identifying the proper uses of inventions and gadgets. I didn't do so good either. We'd been on Gorkin so long, we'd forgotten almost how to talk English. Let alone work the old inventions properly. No one can expect to understand all the differences they'd see and experience when suddenly thrown into a strange time and place. You might be tempted to think, if I can drive a starship, a car should be no problem. But you'd be wrong. Hurry, come on, man.
I'm hurrying, man. I know, I didn't train on this one. I think it's this one here, right? Is this key?
I don't know, hurry, come on.
That's not the right key. Let me get the right key, man. I'm hurrying. You're coming. Oh, they're almost here. I got it. I got it, man. I got it.
So did R&R mean rest and relaxation? Without proper training, you'd get yourself in trouble. So red means blood. If you don't stop, you die. And green means go. So it was with me. I had to learn the basics about the world, time, and place I was now in. I was lost, just as someone from this time would be if they were suddenly transported to my original time and place. They might know about how to fly a plane, but that knowledge wouldn't transfer over to learning right away how to fly a starship. It was so with every other invention too.
If you can't detect and see them, you'll be detected as not fitting in by the logos of that time, place, and moment in world history. You have to know what type of a setting, historical, and every aspect of the place that you're going into to be able to fit in the mission that you're going into. You have to know what's going on. And that can determine whether you'll be able to complete your mission or not, or killed as an intruder. Are you a spy? And what you don't know about the historical settings of time, place, planets, languages, metaphors, religions, politics.
This is actually
dead cow,
and food, and even bugs, drugs, and the do's and the don'ts, and the ethics, and the manners, and the types of dress styles, and the weaponry, and the hairstyles, and the science. If you can't fit in, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. For it's what you don't know that often gets a mission become a mission impossible, or nearly an impossible one. That's why cosmic agents are drilled and tested on the knowledge of settings to where they have to be placed in. What types of martial arts do they know? Will the martial arts at one place help you in another? Do you know what plants will help you, or poison you, or kill you? What insects will too? Do you know what animals were sent to help or kill you from whoever? What is it that you and your team might do or not that might be captured on the security cameras of the more advanced worlds? If only you had prepared more for your mission. Did you do your homework, train more, ask the right questions? Do you know how to work the inventions, use machines of the worlds you're placed in? Do you know how to put together new inventions from the scraps that you have to work with?
I've flown intergalactic cruisers trillions of times the speed of light. So how hard could a car be? I've worked on consoles that operate computer systems of entire worlds. So how hard can typing on a keyboard be? I've rode massive dinosaurs on Gorkin. So how hard can be riding a bike? I'm doing it! I'm riding a bike! I remember that I had trained on some of these things. But the real thing was a lot hotter than what I thought. I figured that because I was on Earth 2,222 as to my times, that the inventions of earlier Earths past, such as phones, computers, bikes, cars, trains, and places and planes, wouldn't be as hard to operate as the inventions on other worlds or during my time frame. So I paid little heed to the training and more to other worlds' inventions. But now I'm paying the price.
I got shot.
As a cosmic agent, certified global killer weapons disarmer, having deactivated numerous global killer weapons before they went off, such as global stormers, planet packers, global incinerators, entire planet firestormers.
Captain, I just got a high energy warning. It's coming from Zephyr 6, sir. Look! Zephyr 6 is being engulfed in a wall of fire that's spreading all over the planet.
All those people! My daddy! My daddy!
And so forth. You would at least think that I could figure out how to use a fire extinguisher to put out a simple fire. But no, not familiar with how it works, I had to resort to a more primitive method. Here I go again, going into another world naked. Hold on, let me get my heavenly robe on.
Max Pointer, what are you doing here in paradise? Go back to your body.
Back in my body.
I became increasingly aware of this hunger pains in my stomach. In my time, we didn't have hunger pains. All we had to do was just take this pill and the hunger would go away because it would fulfill our hunger needs. There were no fast food places and any need to cook anything over a fire or grill because food is taken by pills consumptions. And therefore, gas emissions were unheard of. In fact, not even heard of at all. Wow, I was hearing all kinds of emissions. And they stank too. Even the animals contributed to this sort of gastic musical style.
Scientists came up with creative inventions so that by 2020, various perfumed pills and liquids were mass-produced that reduced gas emissions and even perfumed them. Ads started popping up in different media outlets about how, with the help of perfume emissioners, one's natural gases was not only environmentally friendly and safe, but would be welcomed everywhere. New manners resulted as burps and gas emissions became more acceptable in public, as compared to them being considered rude in some parts of mid-20th century USA. Eventually, by mid-21st century, scientists also invented drinks and pills that completely did away with having to go potty, to have to go to the bathroom, thus reducing the need to have to cut down so many trees to produce toilet paper and have sewage systems. By the 23rd century, going to the bathroom was an ancient historical memory of the old history books. That's why cosmic agents that are sent back to earlier centuries have to be potty trained. When they start to eat the food and feel the effects and results thereof, they need to know what to do.
Toilet, what's it used for? If I remember correctly from my reading history, this was used to take care of the human debris problem back in the past. That is correct. Sit down on this thing here. You have to sit on that and well, how do you take care of the messiness of it?
Oh, you got this stuff that's called toilet paper.
Toilet paper? Isn't that made out of smashed up, ground up trees? What's this thing here for?
Oh, just in case the inhabited one gets clogged up.
So that the human debris don't come flying up and spill out all over on the floor?
Yeah. Some of these bathrooms are clean, level 1. Some of them are really dirty.
Is that the real thing? What's the dangers of having human debris smeared around? Tell me that.
You can catch diseases.
So you gotta be careful about catching diseases from human debris?
Yep.
In toilets?
Yep.
Potties?
Simulation level 2 dirty toilets. This is simulation number 5.
This is disgusting. Tell me maximum.
Okay. This is simulation the final ultimate mess. Now we're going to show you what's inside.
Oh, that's disgusting. What is that smell?
There's some people like bad stuff like all over what we call graffiti.
Simulation. Dirty toilet. Overflowing. Now, if you flush this, and this backs up, then that's when you use this, right?
Yes.
Debris all over the floor. Debris, don't come up. No, 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 no.
It's going down. We're in trouble.
All that earlier training didn't prepare me for what I thought that I was going to face. Though there were scare campaigns about emissions being used as being the cause of natural disasters, I didn't think that mattered too much until I saw movie ads about carbon emission cops ticketing people attempting to avoid paying carbon emission taxes.
Globalists wanted a world carbon emission tax to introduce their global tax system and needed global tax collectors and ways to regulate and calculate individual carbon footprints and emissions during trips to the bathroom, etc. This gas emission tax calculating devices were mandated and connected to toilets to automatically send out signals to satellites that recorded and calculated the amount to be taxed for toilet paper use, human gas emissions, and water to flush down a human gas emissions. And many resorted to taking the chance at being busted for not using the tax calculated toilets. They risked going off into the bushes and other places. Thus, carbon crack cops, as they were called, were hired to watch out for anyone who attempted to evade world gas emissions taxes by not using said toilets.
Blast up somebody up. Have you tried that? Hey, what do you got there, man? You gotta tell. What's up? Yeah, you gotta tell, dude. You got a TP toe.
I was really starting to miss the old days of my time. The future. For me, now that I'm stuck back in time without perfume emissionators and pills that made going potty obsolete, I started to understand historical terms such as bathroom dance.
Now it's time to pick up the beat. Can't sit there with your feet. Can't sit there, drop your seat. The music's got your dancing sweet.
Just jamming, just jamming, man, just jamming, man.
Now it's time to pick up the beat. Can't sit there with your feet. Can't sit there, drop your seat. The music's got your dancing sweet.
Just jamming.
Found out about motion detector automatic toilet flushers. I couldn't seem to turn around fast enough to be able to sit down before the toilet sheet liner would get flushed down the toilet.
Sometimes you just have to improvise.
Chickens. Chickens. Food. Food. Food.
It was like a minefield out here.
I should have known that these chickens would set up a defense barrier around them to protect them with this chicken debris. It seemed like they were laughing at me when I fell. I used to be able to get what I need. In my world, in my time frame, 2222, you were able to get what you need because everyone does what they need to have done to help each other. Everyone helps everyone according to their needs, not according to their greeds. So, I thought I was able to do the same type of thing, get what I need instead of what I greed in this world, but I was wrong.
Space, there's a lot to do. Time to read many books all the way through. Maintaining a starship is hard. Maintaining a starship is hard. Deep space, out for star group. Traveling around galaxy.
I need to have my intergalactic transport system checked and repaired.
I can do that. In exchange, I sure could use some cyboxnic space dust remover.
I'll have that for you and everything else that you might need too. Thanks. Time looping was when you go back in time, but all you did along a timeline is still there. You get that time back like it wasn't used up. For example, farmers go and plant foods in a time looping center. It might take months, but it's as though it's instantly done because they came out moments later with fully grown food and no time taken from their lives. Because they time looped back to the time they went in. Food growing thus seems instantaneous. This is how a lot of things are done. Repairs on spaceships, education, vacations, etc. But not here, where I'm stuck now.
Impressive resume.
How can they not be impressed with all my accomplishments?
This guy must have space dust or something.
I wish I had my mind reading skills back.
It says here you fought in galactic wars? Wow. He has watched too many sci-fi movies and played too many video games as of late. that you also speak 215 alien languages. Can you speak Spanish?
Yo hablo español poquito.
Yeah. Right. What? Can you speak from here? This guy must be high. That you're a leader of a team of cosmic agents. You know this for the position of a security officer.
Yes, figured that I'd make a good one.
This guy is bonkers. If so, then you are way overqualified, sir. I'm sorry.
Overqualified? What does that mean?
It means that someone with your talents would be best served, say, I don't know, saving a damsel in distress top of the tower? Or maybe riding out into the sunset with explosions behind him? Because that's the type of guy you come across to me. And, by the way, have you ever heard of soap, by chance? Or maybe a shower, baths, deodorant? Do they have that on whatever mundane, crazy, goofy planet that you come from? Cause, yeah, soap. It might help your chances of getting a job if you didn't smell so disturbing. Do me a favor here, sir. Can you put your hands in your armpits?
What?
Just humor me. Put your hands in your armpits. Take your hands out of your armpits and lift them to your nose. Yeah, that's you. That's coming from you. I cannot accept you for this job. And I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
But I need money for food. And to get money, I have to have a job.
Now, if you want to find a job, I'm gonna give you some very important advice, and I suggest that you heed it. You're gonna have to clean yourself up. Oh, I would suggest that you could maybe take a shower, use some deodorant, maybe a bath even, just to really let that water sink in and scoop out the dirt inside your pores. And maybe, you could get yourself a suit, a tie. A suit. You know what a suit is, right? No, you don't? Of course you don't know what a suit is. Okay, see what I'm wearing? This is a suit. This is a tie. Understand?
Money. Gotta have money.
Well, sir, I'm
Gotta have a job to get money, to get the suit.
If you fought in all these galactic wars, as your resume says, where's all your scars? No, you don't need to show me. I believe you.
Dead cow? Yep. And this is smashed a bloody dead cow taken from a dead cow, right? Yep. Smashed a bloody dead cow, burnt on a fire. You guys actually eat this stuff during this century? Yep.
Cosmic Age's trainings and tests include simulated meals from different times, places, and different worlds, cultures. Earth, USA, early 21st century, cooks dead animals as traditional food, a typical meal in many places around the world during the 19th to the 21st century and earlier. During the 22nd century AD, people and animals learned to understand and talk with each other. Sometimes to survive, they might have to eat steaks and hamburgers, as they call them, or dead cows. During my time, during the 23rd century, somehow a bull saw the footage of the simulated test and simulated meal, even though they are supposed to be top secret and kept from the animals of the 22nd century onward. This bull, of course, wasn't too happy with how I seemed to enjoy eating a simulated dead cow called hamburger and the steak. And he sent me a message that if I should ever attempt to cook him or any of his cow friends for dinner, he'd give me a taste of his horn first before goring me. I apologized, of course. I later found out that the animals liked to watch old restaurant ads of different types of animal meals that had included chickens, cows, and pigs and other types of animals in earlier centuries. They liked to watch these as if they were like some sort of old horror movies, and at the same time they were learning what earlier humans were doing to the animals.
I felt guilty about getting hungry and wanting to eat and cook animals. But my hunger overcame my guilt feelings. I remembered how the history showed the advancements in different areas. Humans went from gathering and hunting to artificial foods, to where even the artificial was artificial. Fake reals, they called them. Eventually, as communication devices got better and universal translators came along, not only could we humans talk to aliens from other worlds and each other from different countries, but we began to talk to the animals too. We understood them and they understood us. They started fighting for their rights in the animal courts and political arenas too. Thus, laws were passed that discouraged the hunting and consumption of different animals. Animals, for their own bizarre entertainment, would also watch old food ads of the early 20th to 21st century TV ads and other cooking shows as horror movies.
I always like these pieces. It's almost like a wishbone. You can make a wish while you snap them. Yeah, I just wish for more chicken. Because I love chicken. Especially dead carcasses.
Restore. Reverse. Shaving cloth. Control 4 style with a touch of brown. Yeah. Shaving cloth. One side white style. Shaving cloth. Style. What do you think?
You should shave it.
Let's have a step. Right here.
Yucky.
No. You don't like it?
I don't like it. It's yucky.
Snitch style.
Yucky.
Yes, snitch style.
Yucky.
You don't like it? It's from the planet. Shish not flip. Shish not flip. Shish not style. Shish not flip style. What do you think?
Pretty yuck.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
What up?
I don't like
Shish not flip style.
yucky walk.
Yucky? Why?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's the
It's from the
same.
planet Shish Snap.
It's the same.
It's the style that they have on Snip Snap. You don't like it? All right, I'll do a different style then. Shaving cloth, Goshnight style.
It makes it worse.
Shaving cloth, zip line machine, style. Shaving rod, clean shave. Pretty. Ugly. White. Oh, missed a spot. Shaving rod, clean shave. Good at
Ugly.
Ugly.
Because look.
Missed a spot. Alright. Shaving rod, clean shave.
Ugly.
Ugly.
Spot.
He said that about all the different styles
Yeah, but look.
and settings for this. Shaving cloth, you look different ones from different planets. Shaving rod, clean shave.
Shaving cloth, activate! Shaving cloth, activate! There's gotta be one of these that might be a shaving cloth. Shaving cloth, activate! Shaving cloth, activate, please, please!
Some strange clouds or smoke signals have gotten UFOers excited. They appeared over Salt Lake City, Utah, October 31st, 2012, about 4:20 p.m. Others are skeptical, just calling the shapes and sizes and symbols as just natural phenomenon. Whatever might be the case, UFOers are calling this a new link to crop circle design. They say that they are messages from aliens to not be taken lightly, that they need to be deciphered and added to the other symbols believed to be extraterrestrial signs and languages.
Not far from the truth. I had to try to communicate with Universal Mission Command somehow.
One way the galactic bounty hunters and galactic gangsters like to flesh out cosmic agents in hiding is to clone or guise themselves into looking like the cosmic agent, and then go out and do a bunch of crimes, cause all kinds of chaos, and get the news and police and others after them.
Who knows if Maxwell blows? Oh, frozen toes. This is where we go. My nose don't know where to go. I need to find someone who knows where Max comes and goes.
Is my steps or his steps? No, my nose knows no.
Who knows where Max goes? He didn't have any clothes. But nobody knows where he comes and goes. Because he has not the nose that I have. I make a factory if they smell Max Beals. I know where Max knows. Know where Max is known. Knows Does it know?
I smell him.
Does it know? My nose?
Because
Who knows where Max is? Snow! Snow! Whoa!
6, 7, 7, 20, maybe 1,000 generations.
This way.
Clone of clone of clone of clone. I just got big sweet because
Stay near to track.
I'm an important animal too, I think. I'm the DNA of me. I can smell it.
Oh, nose! Where to go? Nose,
He's here. His cat is. Yes, I think so.
Go this way. Go this way. Now go this way because I might leave tracks. Oh, me stupid. I just left tracks. Me stupid. Oh, tracks. Someone come this way. Oh, tracks. Yeah, someone come this way. Oh, tracks. Oh, yeah. Oh, tracks. Yeah, someone come this way. Oh, is it? Wait, I hear people come this way. There's more tracks. Oh, yeah. More tracks. Oh, more people come this way. There'll be more tracks. Oh, maybe he come this way. Oh, yeah. Oh, where's the kid? More tracks. Oh, me stupid.
So the clones have started bugging people and making themselves wanted so that I, the real one, could be wanted by going off into these different places and waiting for people to show up to bug them and then running off after they bug them. I soon started seeing wanted posters of myself, so I figured the clones were doing a classic cosmic agent strategy. That of going into places and doing all kinds of stupid stuff, bugging people, attacking them even, or acting themselves like idiots. Perhaps even doing crimes and running off. That way, they knew that the locals would be out looking for the real me. It would flush me out, so they thought. And at least that was their hope, was to flush me out. If I got caught, I would be easier to find. And they would be able to get at me easier too. They could easily guise themselves or even guise themselves into someone claiming to be my lawyer. And then they would go in and talk to me and then either transport me out or shoot me. If they were using this tactic, so could I. I figured they had different types of porters that they were zapping themselves into this world. If I could just figure out where the porters were, the openings, the gateways. In other words, there would be clones all over the place coming into this world. Clones of clones. They were probably cloning each other. Clones were probably cloning each other. Clones of clones of clones to who knows how many different generations of clones. Back to the original. Clones of clones of clones of clones of clones of clones of clones. Goofy clones. Copies of me. All I needed to do was capture a stupid one. Get his equipment. Watch his mannerisms, styles, and walks and talks, then copy him.
I could go in amongst the army of clones and start spreading the rumors that I, Max Poirinder, was playing like I was a clone to hide myself amongst them. They would eventually start suspecting each other amongst themselves that the real me was somehow amongst the clones. In time, they would start to accuse each other, then fight with each other, then zap each other. I could sit back and watch themselves destroy each other. I then could spend more time and effort watching out for the trappings of the trappers, the bounty hunters. My worst fears were realized when I spotted the bounty hunters checking out my campsite. I had sent out ripple effects that I hope Universal Mission Command would pick up on, knowing that they might not be the only ones to detect the changes along the timelines. When a person from a different time goes back or forward out of their original time, their interactions with people and things causes changes in the timeline. These changes ripple out from their original sources according to the choices made. I was making choices that were being done according to how I reacted to my new environments. Uncharted territory I was in these new environments, with no negative ripple effect detector to warn me ahead of time the suggested choices that I should make to decrease negative ripple effects. I wasn't concerned about that for now, for I was in survival mode. I knew that a ripple effect repair team would be sent to clean up the mess that I was making, so I continued to focus on survival. That meant the basics: clothing, food, shelter, weapons, defense, stealth, and learning as much about where and when I was as I could. Usually teams get prepared for their missions when they go back into time or forward, where they study and train on all the different aspects of where and when they are going. They get to know the laws, food sources, weapon sources, stashes of supplies hidden ahead of time, the laws, customs, religions, the do's and the don'ts, languages, gestures, signs, symbols, clothing, fads, lingo, etc. By so doing, they are much more prepared than just suddenly jumping in at time and place like I did, without knowing what to expect or what was going on. I was finding out about things the hard way by experience. A flashback of my training about Earth history came to mind, about setting up scarecrows. Now, I didn't know what a crow was, but if I remember correctly, they were fake men to scare off whatever was crows. And so that's what I did. I set up a fake man, a fake me, hoping it would distract the clones and the bounty hunters for a second to where I could zap them. I had to get the clones and bounty hunters just as paranoid as I was when I first came into this time and place. Rumors that had some truth to them always were a classic cosmic agent's tactic, where you spread rumors and then make sure the masses see that they are true. So I set up zapper traps, where if you walked on a certain spot, you would be zapped into oblivion, and this made others, the different clones, tapping the ground for zappers. This kept them focused and occupied on that, looking out for those zappers on the ground. I went among them and said that they were, in fact, what the real Max was setting up. I went among the clones and said that there were fake Maxes all over the place who were on Max's side. Clones that weren't on the side of the clones, but who were on the side of the real Max. This made them all suspicious of each other. Others were pointing out and pointing to each other and saying that they were the real Max, when in fact they were not the
the real Max because I had led them to believe that they were the real Max. Because the real Max was not the different clones claiming and pointing at each other that, hey, you are the real Max. It got confusing, and that was the point. I wanted them to be confused about the whole thing. And so I got them fighting each other. The stupid 20th to 50th generations away from the original were the first to start zapping each other. I had to acquire a viewer to see what was going on over the whole battlefield, and so that's what I did, is I acquired a viewer, which I shot up into space, shot up about 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 feet, and I noted that there were zappers going off all over the area. They were taking out each other, which was what I had planned anyways. I made good use of some hover cream that I had taken from one of the stupid clones I zapped. Hover cream was created during the late 21st century. It was an invention that made it possible for you to be able to rub the cream on an object, and that object, and if you held onto it, you would float. Though it didn't last long, I still used it to get around a lot faster and hover over the areas that I had set up zappers so that I wouldn't get zapped myself. I figured that the way to get them fighting amongst each other was just to go in amongst them and take out them as many as I could while shouting that the real Max was here, or ask, who is the real Max? I think some of you are. I think you're him. Yeah, you're the real Max. And I would accuse them of being the real Max when I was the real Max. But this was a strategy that I was using. If they accused me, I'd act stupid and pass myself off as if I was some 50th generation clone by starting to act stupid and eat leaves and branches and that kind of thing. It seemed to work, even when I got amongst the bounty hunters who seemed to be annoyed that I was there eating leaves. It was only too late for them when they found out and realized that I was the very one that they were looking for. I began to spread rumors amongst the trackers and the bounty hunters that even they were being guised, that I was passing myself off as one of them. So I made them fight each other too. In the end, all I had to do was crawl off somewhere to some secret place and let them take out each other. It worked. I could hide out, send off coded smoke signal messages, and surely Universal Mission Command would send me my brother, who alone knew the secret password, that when we came together after so many different missions and after so many times of fighting off clones that looked like each other, we came up with a secret password. So we knew that the one that was coming was the actual person, the actual brother. This is what we came up with. I knew that though I had messed up on a lot of things, well, in this time and place, I could still put to use some of the basic cosmic agent tactics to my advantage. I knew that if the drones, clones, hunters, and hidden microphones were here, that so was Universal Mission Command. Why didn't they just zap me out of here? Where were they? Were they just seeing how I was doing? How I did? Was this just a test? They had to know that I was here by now. The others did, so why not them? I kept on getting the sick feeling that this was just a part of some kind of a test, but I couldn't prove it yet. So I had to keep treating the situation as though it were all real. Whatever it might be, I had to end this nightmare, daymare. I wanted to go back.
Now that I had captured a universal translator and could talk to animals, I started making deals with them. I'd gather and give them food if they'd keep an eye out for the alien and cloned trackers. Right. You're gonna tell me about the trackers. You're gonna tell me where they are, and you're gonna go buy them if I give you this meat. Deal? Do we have a deal? Do we have a deal? Meat? You tell me where the trackers are. Meat? Tell me where the trackers are. Meat? Deal? You got a deal? Okay. Go get them. Okay, now, you gotta tell me if you want the second half of the payment. Now, my universal translator that I stole from the other tracker only tells me so much. So,
Tell me where the other trackers is, and you get this little piece. Oh, where? Over there. They're over there. And yes, where at? Okay, thank you.
We weren't cosmic agents if we weren't wanted somewhere. We always had galactic arms dealers attempting to sell us the latest gadgets, weaponry, and blends of inventions, or universal bounty hunters hired by global killers to track us down, or intergalactic interplanetary recruiters seeking us out to come deal with their different issues on inhabited worlds that sent them. Also, military galactic mercenaries attempting to hire us to help them with their own missions and special galactic ops, or warrants for our capture and arrest, but on worlds that we made an impression or got the attention of the military and police, sometimes breaking rules and laws that we didn't know about.
So do you got any intel for us cosmic agents?
What the animals wanted in return, they got. Thus, the word spread amongst them, and Animal Intel Incorporated was created. Mutual beneficiary deals between different animals and humans were also done, where intel was bartered, lobbied, and sold in exchange for the things that they needed, wanted, or deserved.
You've been sniffing catnip again? No more catnip for you. Up in the tree again.
What are you doing in the tree? What are you doing in the tree?
The weeks passed. I was able to try to get a hold of different types of animals. I spoke their language with the help of the universal translator device, which I took from a clone that was able to transport into a different world. Now it was up to me to defend myself and be able to get back to Universal Mission Command with my report about what happened on this Earth during this time.
Dog DNA, my tracking devices. Ooh, it stinketh.
But my greatest achievement, I felt, was when I blended 20th century technology with the captured technology that I got from the clones in making Zabber cannons. We have clones that are clones.
That's why
I think I'm a third generation clone. Maybe not. Maybe 6, 7 generation clone. I just don't know because I can't think straight, and because I'm a clone of 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 a clone. I think I figured out where his secret camp is. Yes, but because I'm a clone. I smell him, and because I'm a clone of 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 a clone. 5th, 6th, 7th, 20th, maybe 1,000th generation of a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. I just can't think straight because I'm part animal too, I think. And the DNA of me is I can smell it. I gotta be quiet in case. I gotta hide. I gotta hide. Just in case he's here. I think this is where his camp is. Yes, I think so. Quiet. Be quiet. I'm being quiet. Maybe he friend. Universal Mission Command.
What is the deal? It's the message from Universal Mission Command.
There's a orb outside. It's looking for me. And on top of that, my brother. Or I think it's my brother. They've turned him or they've cloned him to look just like my brother.
It's looking for me. And on top of that,
Very afraid. Not.
Kirk skillfully blocks an uppercut with his chin, causing severe damage to his opponent's knuckles.
The guy you fought must have had an iron chin. That's incredible. You kicked this guy in the chin? It did more damage to your shin.
Oh, you got those new prober multi-probe scanning different lighting glasses on. Huh?
Yeah, have you checked them out yet? Yeah, check these out, because I think you got to try the different settings here. Awesome, man. So what do you think of these glasses, man?
I've used them before, they're nice. Hey, front brake! Whoa! You don't want to turn on the light. Nighttime vision. That's everything's going to be like bleached out. Oh no!
What's that? What's that?
Just kidding. I had you on that one. Red, microwave, nighttime, spirit cam. There's different settings on different planets technology too. Peace out. Bro, where are you?
Where am I?
Code name? Code. I ain't getting near you till you give me the code.
422, Victor 422. NT 68432. MEAT 12347. 12347, dude.
Alright. Man, you too, huh?
Oh, man.
So you heard they've been cloning us.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can figure out.
Alright, your shoulder alright, man?
Oh, no, I'm hurt.
You know,
I need to go
I'm
ahead.
gonna just keep my distance because I'm not really sure yet. You know, you got the code name right, but man.
What's your code, buddy? What's your code?
Delta 3 Niner 65Z Alpha.
You missed one, buddy.
Oh, Satan.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So they've been dragging sneaking, Mikey. Sneaking.
Man, niff, not near. Near us enough, never.
Well, enough of the Gorkin. Let's just talk English.
Yeah,
So
we gotta come up with something, man. Cause I met your clone down here probably about an hour ago.
Hey, man, you've been attacking me.
No, dude. No, you've been, no way! You've been attacking me! Come on now! Hey, I know that you've been attacking me. Yeah, you have, dude. We gotta come up with some kind of sign. Yeah, I'll give you a sign. I'll give you a sign. What's up, bro?
Hey.
Hey,
how'd you get here?
We trained for that mission today?
Yeah, we're gonna do some training. Do you know
Right
the password?
right now?
Do you know the password?
Oh, I know the password. What do you mean? The password?
What's the password?
Karaoke dokie. Karaoke smoky dokie.
That's a stupid password. We thought of that one.
How you been? You've been here. We've been tracking you for a couple weeks.
What happened?
So I was able to figure out where you ended up landing. And it looks like you've been there for quite some time. And I'll tell you what, you don't look like you've been faring too well. At least I ended up where we were supposed to be. A little off course, but not that much. I met up with Frank. Max, I met up with Frank and Cooper Tide.
Keep it down because I've been like fighting with the locals. Now and then I built this little shack out in the middle of nowhere. Been getting eaten alive by the bugs here. Probably get out of here.
You look like you've been eating mood pies, buddy.
Let's get out of here, man. Before they come back and find us. I'm being glad when I get out of this place. Man, did you guys bring any hamburgers and chicken and
Not on this planet, dude. Not on this thing. We're like 40 miles out in the boonies. You have to go about the boonies with the hicks. I don't know what they call them, hicks, you know? So, we're heading back to the city. We'll get you back on the train ride here.
All right, I'm good.
You're beautiful creatures. But I'm not from your time frame. I'm not even sure if during this time they are growing you to eat you. I hope not.
When I go back to the 23rd century, don't tell the bull.
Remember me? You wouldn't give me a job. I'm out there in the boonies starving to death.
Oh, you're that crazy army bum guy.
Well, I'm going to show you
doing?
something. I'm going to show you that I am for real.
It's good to have you back, Max. I want to report. I want to see your audios and videos of your report of your experiences on Earth.
How you doing, man? Thank you. It's good to be home. Yes, it was quite the experience. See ya.
It's good to have you back, Max.
Yeah, how you doing there? Thank you. It's good to be home.
Max, it's good to have you back. I hope you're all rested up. As to your mission, an unexpected emergency transport to Earth, USA, Utah, Salt Lake City, about September through November 2015. We are glad that you made it out okay. You've made team leader. There's a mission to Earth too, but not until you're done with your missions on Gorkin. Well, when you're talking about sports, you need to get the right lingo down. In baseball, for example, when they swing the bat and hit the ball, it's not called a touchdown. It's a home run. In basketball, it's not a home run. It's they've made a basket. In football, it's not he's made a basket or double dribbled, but he's made a touchdown. Also, metal does not go in microwave ovens. You don't stick your finger in a light bulb socket. You need to learn more about the signs and driving rules. There's also many laws that if you don't know, they'll get you. Doors and doorknobs. Not all doors are automatic.
Okay, I figured that one out after running into doors. And keys. Are you going to supply them or us with keys? Or have us figure that one out on our own? If you're going to send us on a mission to Earth again.
Yes, we'll help you in that area. Languages and manners. You have to be careful about signs, symbols, languages, and manners. That's it for now. Here's a file. We want you to look at it for a while, and your next assignment is in it.